I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Insight into Chemical Engineering. In this lecture series, we will solve the unsolved problem of a famous book, Stoichiometry and Process Calculations by K.V. Narayanan. These lectures are helpful for chemical engineering students because process calculations is a core subject for chemical engineering branch. During lecture, step-by-step solution will be provided. In this lecture, exercise number 4.40 to 4.42 will be covered. Please like and subscribe for motivation. Problem number 4.40. Hydrochloric acid is obtained by absorbing HCl gas in water. A gas mixture analyzing 30% HCl and 40% air enters the absorber at given temperature and pressure and leaves at particular temperature and pressure. It is also given 95% of HCl present in the entering gas is absorbed. For 100 meter cube of gas entering the absorber, determine the following parts. So first we will try to understand the questions and we will write all the given conditions at entrance and at exit. So first it is given that we have absorption column and in the absorption column 95% HCl is absorbed. Now write the condition at entrance. At entrance, composition of HCl and air are given, that is 30% HCl and 70% air. Further, temperature, pressure and volume conditions are also given for entering gas. We can assume total moles of entering gas equal to N entering. Now we can write the conditions at exit. So in the absorption column only HCl is absorbed, so amount of air will remain same before and after absorption. Further, it is given that the gas is leaving at 90 kilopascal and 300 Kelvin. Now at entrance, temperature, pressure and volume are given. So using ideal gas equation, we can easily estimate an entering. Once we have estimated an entering, then we can estimate the amount of HCl and air. And in the exit conditions, we are assuming the total moles of gas leaving equal to N leaving. So using ideal gas equation, we can write N entering equal to PV by RT. So after putting all values, we will get N entering equal to 3570.78. Now we can write the moles of HCl entering. And moles of HCl entering will be equal to 30% of N entering. In the same way, moles of air entering will be equal to 70% of N entering, because already composition of HCl and air are given in the problem. Now at exit, temperature and pressure are given and only HCl is getting absorbed, so amount of air will not change before and after absorption. So here air is a tie component, so number of moles of air will not change. So we can write moles of air leaving equal to moles of air entering, and it will become equal to 2499.55 moles. So as per problem, 95% HCl got absorbed, so remaining 5% will go in the living gas. So we can easily write moles of HCl leaving will be equal to 5% of moles of HCl entering. So moles of leaving will come out as 53.56 mole. So we have already estimated the moles of air because moles of airs are not changing, and we have estimated moles of HCl leaving. So finally we can estimate the total moles of gas leaving. And again temperature and volume are given, temperature and pressure are given, so we can easily estimate the volume of gas leaving. So in next slide we will do the calculation. So total moles leaving equal to moles of HCl leaving plus moles of air leaving, and it will be equal to 2553.11 mole. So in part A, we need to estimate the volume of gas leaving at particular pressure and temperature. So using ideal gas equation, we can estimate the volume of gas leaving. So here N is the total moles of gas leaving, which is equal to 2553.11. So volume of gas leaving will come out as 70.76 meter cube. So in part B, we need to estimate mass of HCl absorbed. So that we can also easily estimate. So mass of HCl absorbed will be equal to mole of HCl entering minus moles of HCl leaving. So it will be equal to 1017.68 mole. Now by multiplying these moles with molecular weight of HCl, we can get mass of HCl. So mass of HCl absorbed will be equal to moles of HCl absorbed into its molecular weight, and it will come out as 73.09 kg. So in part C, we need to estimate the volume percentage, and we know for gases volume percentage and mole percentage are same. So we can write mole percentage instead of volume percentage. So mole percentage of air will be equal to moles of air divided by total moles into 100. So it will become equal to 97.90 percentage, and mole percentage of HCl will be equal to 100 minus 97.9. It will become equal to 2.1 percentage. Problem number 4.41. Hydrochloric acid is obtained by absorbing HCl gas in water. A gas mixture consisting of HCl and air enters the absorber at 95 kilopascal and 320 Kelvin with a partial pressure of HCl of 28.5 kilopascal. So in the previous problem, composition of air and HCl was given, but in this case the partial pressure of HCl is given. So definitely we will use Dalton's law for estimating the moles of HCl. Further, it is given that it lives at 90 kilopascal and 300 Kelvin with a partial pressure of HCl of 2 kilopascal. For 100 meter cube of gas entering the absorber, determine the followings: the volume of the gas leaving and mass of HCl absorbed. So again it is given that we have absorption column, and in the absorption column HCl is absorbed. So we will write the condition at entrance. So at entrance it is given that HCl and air mixture is entering into the absorber. We don't know what is the total moles of gas mixture, so we are assuming total moles of gas mixture entering equal to N entering. Further, we can write the conditions at which the gas mixture is entering. So pressure, temperature and volume are given in the problem. And further it is given that partial pressure of HCl is equal to 28.5 kilopascal. Now we can write the conditions at exit state. So we are assuming total moles of gas leaving equal to n leaving, and it is given that gas is leaving at 90 kilopascal and 300 Kelvin, and partial pressure of HCl is given, that is 2 kilopascal. Now at entrance, temperature, pressure and volume are given. So using ideal gas equation, we can easily estimate N entering. So N entering will be equal to PV by RT. So after putting all values, we will get 3570.78 mole. Now using Dalton's law, we can write partial pressure of HCl divided by total pressure will be equal to moles of HCl divided by total moles. So already the partial pressure of HCl is given at entrance and total pressure is also given, and we have already estimated total moles, so we can easily estimate moles of HCl. So after putting all values, moles of HCl entering will come out as 1071.24 moles. So we can easily estimate moles of air because we have estimated total moles and moles of HCl entering. So moles of air entering will be equal to total moles entering minus moles of HCl entering. It will become equal to 2499.54 moles. And we already know that only HCl is getting absorbed. So moles of air before entering and after entering will not change. So at exit, number of moles of air will remain same. So N air leaving will be equal to N air entering. Again, at the exit condition, partial pressure of HCl is given. So again we will use Dalton's law. Now we can use Dalton's law for leaving gas. For leaving gas, we can write partial pressure of HCl divided by total pressure will be equal to moles of HCl divided by total moles. Further, moles of HCl can be written as total moles minus moles of air. And after simplification, we can write 1 minus moles of air divided by total moles. And further, it can be written as moles of air divided by total moles equal to 1 minus partial pressure of HCl divided by total pressure. Here moles of air is equal to 2499.54 because moles of air are not changing. During absorption, only moles of HCl are changing. Now we can write moles of total gas leaving will come out as 2556.35 because in this equation only N total is unknown, so we can easily estimate the value of N total. Further, we can write moles of HCl leaving will be equal to total moles of gas leaving minus moles of air leaving, and moles of HCl leaving will come out as 56.81. Now in part A, we need to estimate the volume of gas leaving at particular temperature and pressure. So already we have estimated total moles leaving. So using ideal gas equation, we can estimate the volume of gas leaving. So after putting all values, we will get 70.85 meter cube. So in part B, we need to estimate the mass of HCl absorbed. So easily we can write moles of HCl absorbed will be equal to moles of HCl entering minus moles of HCl leaving. And it will come out as 1014.43 mole. And we can easily estimate mass of HCl by multiplying these moles of HCl with its molecular weight. So weight of HCl will become equal to mole of HCl absorbed into its molecular weight, and weight of HCl absorbed will come out as 36.98 kg. Problem number 4.42. Air is to be dehumidified by cooling and condensation of water vapor present in it. 100 meter cube of air at 100 kilopascal and 305 Kelvin contains water vapor which exert a partial pressure of 3 kilopascal. Keeping the pressure constant, this air is cooled to 285 Kelvin and condensed water is removed. Partial pressure of water in the air after cooling is found to be 1.5 kilopascal. Calculate the following parts: volume of air after dehumidification and mass of water removed. So first of all, we will try to understand the problem and we will write all entrance and exit conditions for gas leaving and gas entering. So it is given that in the humidifier vapors are removed. First we will write the conditions at entrance. So at entrance, air and vapor are entering and we are assuming total moles of air and vapor equal to an entering. Entering conditions are also given, that is 100 kilopascal and 305 Kelvin and 100 meter cube. And further it is given that partial pressure of vapor in the entering gas is 3 kilopascal. Now we will write the condition at exit. So at exit only vapors are removed, so amount of air will not change before and after dehumidification. So further we can assume that total moles of gas leaving equal to N leaving, and leaving conditions are also given, that is 100 kilopascal and 285 Kelvin. Now at entrance, temperature, pressure and volume are given, so using ideal gas equation we can easily estimate N entering. So once we have estimated N entering, then using Dalton's law we can utilize the partial pressure, total pressure and N entering, and we can estimate the moles of air and moles of vapor. And in the leaving gas, partial pressure of vapor is also given, that is 1.5 kilopascal. So N entering can be estimated as PV by RT. So after putting all values, we will get 3943.57 moles. Now we will use Dalton's law. So using Dalton's law, we can write partial pressure of vapor divided by total pressure will be equal to moles of vapor divided by total moles. So partial pressure of vapor is given, that is 3 kilopascal, and total pressure is 100 kilopascal, and total moles we have already estimated. So we can easily estimate moles of water vapor in the entering gas. So moles of water vapor in the entering will come out as 118.31 mole. So we can write moles of air entering will be equal to total moles of gas entering minus moles of vapor entering. So moles of air entering will come out as 3825.26. So here air is the tie component. So moles of air will not change, it will remain same at both entrance and exit conditions. So at exit conditions, number of moles of air will remain same. So we can write N leaving equal to N entering. Now again, partial pressure of vapor is given for leaving gas. So we can use Dalton's law for estimating the moles of air and vapor. So we will use Dalton's law for living gas. So we can write partial pressure of vapor divided by total pressure equal to moles of vapor divided by total moles. Further we can write moles of vapor equal to total moles minus moles of air. So this can further be simplified as 1 minus moles of air divided by total moles. Now we can write moles of air, because moles of air leaving equal to moles of air entering, and total moles at leaving conditions are not known, but partial pressure of vapor and total pressure are known at leaving conditions. So we can easily estimate total moles. So total moles leaving will come out as 3883.51. Now we can write moles of vapor leaving will be equal to total moles leaving minus moles of air leaving. So it will come out as 58.25 mole. So in part A, we need to estimate the volume of gas leaving at particular temperature and pressure. So again, using ideal gas equation, we can easily estimate the volume of gas leaving. So volume of gas leaving will be equal to nRT by P. So N is the total moles of gas leaving that we have already estimated. This is the total moles of gas leaving, which is equal to 3883.51, and pressure and temperature are given. So volume will come out as 92.02 meter cube. So in part B, we need to estimate mass of water vapor removed. So we can write water vapor removed will be equal to moles of vapor entering minus moles of vapor leaving. So it will come out as 60.06 mole. Now we can convert these moles to mass. So weight of water vapor removed will be equal to moles of water vapor removed into its molecular weight. So weight of water vapor removed will be equal to 1.081 kg.